We are in this forum today because we know we have seen technology and especially biotechnology being used to address many challenges in other sectors, in medicine, technology in transportation, in communication, but in agriculture, in other sectors, but in livestock sector, we have not been, it has not been very well embraced. The main contributor for livestock feed is grain, and our national production of grains, especially maize, is very limited, and also soya is very limited, and the grains outside the world, for instance, corn, maize, 60% of maize around the world is GM, and in Kenya we are advocating that we can access GM maize from external markets because it will be easier access and it will help us spend less on importation. Misinformation about GM that consumers of GM product or GM animal product will have some problems. We ask simple question. People who consume fruits grown through fertilizer, they are not consuming fertilizer. So even people who will drink milk from GM product will not be consuming GM because it has actually passed through a process, metabolism process in the animal, and it will be safe.
Biotechnology is an important technology that we should not be fearful about because it comes to address a very specific issue. And we shouldn't fear because technology always comes to help. And we are the people who are doing this work. And as I've said, I am doing this work for the benefit of my people. One thing that I would want to say is that every GM crop is produced to address a specific issue. If you wanted to improve the crop for yields, then you target improvement for yields. If you wanted to target the crops for diseases, then you target the crop to improve the resistance to diseases and the pests and all that. So every crop that has been, and then it goes through a process of evaluation. And as it goes through the process of evaluation, you pick up the variety that is giving you the results that you want. So the crops that are in the field, for example, if I talk about the cassava that we have developed is resistant to one specific disease. And we have evaluated it and seen it is resistant. So when you look at what you want to improve, the technology actually meets that need. In terms of safety, if there's a crop or there's a product that has been assessed to the highest level possible, it's actually genetically modified foods. We test them thoroughly from when we start in the laboratory. Even before we start in the laboratory, we test it by first of all looking at the literature. Then we come to the laboratory. We ask ourselves, what are we wanting to do? And is there any issue of safety that needs to be addressed? And every institution that is dealing with that, they have to form a committee, what you call Institutional Biosafety Committee, so that they can listen to the scientists and agree that whatever they want to do is safe. There are many countries. For example, in Africa, we have South Africa. South Africa has implemented cotton, have implemented maize, has planted soybeans, and have been, most of those crops have over 90% of their crop is actually GMO for maize, for cotton, for soybeans. Those ones have been major crops, and they are actually over 90% of it is GMO.
Good morning. Joan Wangari Wanjiru, the tourism officer from the Department of Trade.
Our blessings for this meeting. Just know that
that's my job, a doctor, Department of Agriculture.
we combine the two, maybe we able to come up with something that will be meaningful. Now, you work with the government, you know that what was reported in Parliament for quite a long time. That also has, maybe they're not giving us sufficient. And whether maybe we get what can guarantee safety for
Department of Agriculture, Murang'a University.
Investment, Murang'a County Government. Thank you.
we combine the two, maybe we able to come up with something that